Valmiki Ramayana, Ayodhya Kanda, Book number 2, Sarga 45, Roman numerals XLV 45, the TAMASÁ. Their tender love the people drew to follow Rama, brave and true, the high-souled hero, as he went forth from his home to banishment. The king himself his friends obeyed, and turned him homeward as they prayed. But yet the people turned not back, still close on Rama's chariot track. For they who in Ayodhya dwelt, for him such fond affection felt, decked with all grace and glories high, the dear full moon of every eye. Though much his people prayed and wept, Kakuchta's son his purpose kept, and still his journey would pursue, to keep the king his father true. Deep in the hero's bosom sank their love, whose signs his glad eye drank. He spake to cheer them as his own dear children in a loving tone. If ye would grant my fond desire, give Bharat now that love entire, and reverence shown to me by all who dwell within Ayodhya's wall. For he, Kaikeyi's darling son, his virtuous career will run, and ever bound by duty's chain, consult your will and bliss and gain. In judgment old, in years a child, with hero virtues meek and mild, a fearing lord is he to cheer his people and remove their fear. In him all kingly gifts abound, war noble then in me are found. Imperial prince, well proved and tried, obey him as your lord and guide. And grant, I pray, the boon I ask, to please the king be still your task, that his fond heart, while I remain far in the wood, may feel no pain. The more he showed his will to tread the path where filial duty led, the more the people round him thronged, for their dear Rama's empire longed. Still more attached his followers grew, as Rama with his brother drew the people with his virtuous ties, lamenting all with tear-dimmed eyes. The saintly twice-born, triply old, in glory knowledge, seasons told, with hoary heads that shook and bowed, their voices raised and spake aloud. O steeds, who best and noblest are, who whirl so swiftly Rama's car, go not, return, we call on you. Be to your master kind and true. For speechless things are swift to hear, and naught can match a horse's ear. O generous steeds, return, when thus you hear the cry of all of us. Each vow he keeps must firm and sure, and duty makes his spirit pure. Back with our chief, not woodward hence, back to his royal residence. Soon as he saw the aged band, exclaiming in their misery stand, and their sad cries around him rang, swift from his chariot Rama sprang. Then still upon his journey bent, with Sita and with Lakshman went. The hero by the old man's side, suiting to theirs his shortened stride. He could not pass the twice-born throng, as weariedly they walked along. With pitying heart, with tender eye, he could not in his chariot fly. When the steps of Rama viewed, that still his onward course pursued, woe shook the troubled heart of each, and burnt with grief they spoke this speech. With thee, O Rama, to the wood, all Brahmans go, and Brahmanhood. Borne on our aged shoulders, see, our fires of worship go with thee. Bright canopies that lend their shade, in Vajapaya rites displayed. In plenteous store are borne behind, like cloudlets in the autumn wind. No shelter from the sun hast thou, and lest his fury burn thy brow. These sacrificial shades we bear shall aid thee in the noontide glare. Our hearts, who ever loved to pore on sacred text and Vedic lore, now all to thee, beloved, turn, and for a life in forests yearn. Deep in our aged bosoms lie the Vedas' lore, the wealth we prize. There still, like wives at home, shall dwell, whose love and truth protect them well. To follow thee our hearts are bent, we need not plan or argument. All else in duty's law we slight, for following thee is following right. O noble prince, retrace thy way. O hear us, Rama, as we lay. With many tears and many prayers, our aged heads and swan-white hairs. Low in the dust before thy feet, O hear us, Rama, we entreat. Full many of these who with thee run, their sacred rites had just begun. Unfinished yet those rites remain, but finished if thou turn again. All rooted life and things that move, to thee their deep affection prove. To them, when warmed by love, they glow, and sue to thee some favor show. Each lovely bush, each towering tree, would follow too for love of thee. Bound by its root it must remain, but all it can its boughs complain. As when the wild wind rushes by, it tells its woe in groan and sigh. No more through air the gay birds flit, but foodless melancholy sit, together on the branch and call to thee whose kind heart feels for all. As wailed the aged Brahmans bent to turn him back with wild lament, seemed Tamasa herself to aid, checking his progress as they prayed. Sumantra from the chariot freed, with ready hand each weary steed. He groomed them with the utmost heed. Their limbs he bathed and drained and dried, then led them forth to drink and feed at pleasure in the grassy mead that fringed the river side. Footnotes. Absolutely beautiful. 147.1. An important sacrifice at which 17 victims were immolated. It's very misleading. Very misleading. Very, very misleading. 17 victims. What kind of victims? A goat? Some animal? Or are you implying human beings? Very, very misleading. I hate this. I hate this. Absolutely, I hate it. When they try to insinuate something that's not there. I'm not saying human sacrifices were not going on back then. They're going even today. All these abortions and all these wars. We need to sacrifice all the goyim to the god Moloch in Jerusalem for the greater Israel. So human sacrifices are going on. But anyway, let's focus right here on this Ramayana. Absolutely beautiful, heartfelt. We are seeing how Rama was followed by a throng of old Brahmins who were so weak even to walk, but they somehow or other tagged along. They somehow or other tagged along with their hoary hair, hoary heads, swan white beards. All they did is to forget all their duties and just follow the chariot. They just could not help themselves. They could not help themselves. They could not finish their morning rites, their duties, their Brahman duties. They just tagged along somehow or other behind Rama's chariot. Behind Rama's chariot. Absolutely amazing, beautiful description of exchanges between the people and Sri Rama. Rama was loved by everyone. When God appears on this planet Earth, he performs a super common pastimes. Beside him being so attractive, so beautiful, and so kind, so gentleman, like pure Aryan, pure gentleman, pure noble, pure royalty in every sense of the term, in behavior, in character, in in speech and everything. This is what God does, performs amazing, amazing pastimes for the purpose of people remembering and watching this in real time as we speak. Just like transcendental Netflix. When everyone's attention is focused on Ramayana, then people will get purified from all the garbage they are now watching. Jai Shri Ramayana, Jai Shri Ram, Roma Victa. Ciao.